Good morning and welcome to today's class. In today's class, we'll be looking at word problems. And these are some of the objectives of today's class. But before we look at word problems, or before we look at the objectives, what do you understand by word problems? Word problems can be said to be algebraic statements that you can simplify or express using algebraic expressions and symbols. Some of the objectives of today's class includes use of appropriate symbols for words such as sum, difference, product, which some of you may already know that for sum the symbol is this, a cross, for difference is a minus, and for multiplication it is this. In most cases you may see asterisks being used as multiplication, most especially in your devices. Also, we'll be looking at word problems involving whole numbers and fractions. How can we solve word problems that involves whole numbers and fraction? And also, we will see how to create an equation from a word problem and solve it, which I said it is the conversion of algebraic statement to algebraic expression. And with your knowledge in some of these of the operations in mathematics, you should be able to solve problems on that when you have created the equation. So, just like I said, these problems may come in spoken words. It is now left for you to understand it and see how you can express it in algebra. Okay, so we are going to be taking some examples. The word problem will be asking you to either sum, subtract, multiply, or divide, or some other things. So we are going to be looking at word problems leading to sum and differences. I will say the sum of a set of numbers is the result you get when you add the numbers. The word problem may ask you to either sum or subtract or multiply some given numbers. So if you are asked to sum, it therefore means that you add up all the numbers together. The result you get after summing them together is what is said to be the sum of those problems. So let's take examples. Example 1 says the sum of 4 consecutive numbers is 58. That you should find the numbers. Now, the first step in solving such problems is for you to understand these problems. So you should first of all understand what they mean by consecutive numbers. And consecutive numbers, as we were taught, is what? Those numbers that are following themselves serially when it comes to numbering. For example, if I have 1, 2, 3, these are said to be consecutive numbers because the difference between 1 and 2 is 1, and the difference between 1 and 2 and 3 is 1. So any group of numbers that have have the same difference from each term, they are said to be consecutive numbers. So the question says the sum of 4 consecutive numbers is 58. Find those numbers. Let me take this out. Okay, that the sum of 4 consecutive numbers is 58. We should find the numbers. So, we say solution. What are these numbers? So, first of all, I'll say let the first number be x. Since they are consecutive numbers, it means that they differ by 1. If the first number is x, that means the second number will be what? X plus 1. And what will be the third number? Because they say there are 4. So the third number is going to be what? X plus 2. And the fourth number be x plus 3. Because we don't know the numbers, but we know that they are consecutive numbers. And we say consecutive numbers differ by 1. So if the first number is x, the second number will be x plus 1, the third number will be x plus 1 plus 1, which is x plus 2, and the fourth number will be x plus 1 plus 1 plus 1, which is x plus 3. So if this is the if these are the 4 consecutive numbers, then the question says their sum is equal to what? 58. Sum, which I told you earlier on, means what? Addition. So we are going to add up these 4 numbers and equate it to 48. That means we have been able to form the equation. That is x plus 1 plus x plus 2. That should be plus x plus 3 is equal to what? 58. So let's simplify this. I'm going to open the bracket and collect like terms. So this will become x plus 1 plus x plus 2 plus x plus 3 is equal to 58. On the left hand side, I'm going to collect like terms, meaning move all the x to the front while all the constant numbers will go behind. That is x plus x plus x plus x. I have picked this plus this plus this plus this, which will be in front, followed by plus 1 plus 2 plus 3. That is this plus this plus this, being equal to what? 58. Now, I'm going to sum this up because they are like terms. X plus x will give me 2x, plus another x is 3, plus this is 4. So this is going to be 4x plus 1 plus 2 is 3, 3 plus 3 is 6. Therefore means that 4x plus 6 is equals to what? 58. Now I'm going to make x the subject of the formula. And how do I make x the subject of the formula? First of all, I'm going to subtract 6 from both sides, and that automatically moves positive 6 to the other side of the equation. That becomes 4x plus 6 minus 6 is equal to 58 minus 6. I just have to subtract 6 from both sides, otherwise it will no longer become an equation. Equation means two things being equal. So whatever you do to the left hand side, you also do same to the right hand side. And this becomes 4x plus 6 minus 6 becomes 0. This is equal to 58 minus 6. 58 minus 6 will give us what? 52. So simplifying it further, we now have it that 4x is equals to 58. That is 4 times x will give you 52. So what is that number? What is x? And how do I get x? I'm going to divide both sides of the equations by 4. This becomes 4x divided by 4 is equal to 52 divided by 4. 4 will cancel itself, leaving us with x being equal to, what can divide? 4 can go. 4 into itself is 1. 4 into 5 is 1, remainder 1. 4 into 12 is 3. So therefore, our x is equal to 13. Now, what is the question? The question says the sum of 4 consecutive numbers. The sum of 4 consecutive numbers is 58. Find the numbers. And I said, let the first number be x. So therefore, I have gotten only the value of x to be 13. Okay? So we need to get the second number, which is x plus 1, the third number, which is x plus 2, and the fourth number, which is x plus 3. Because the question says, find the numbers. So if x is equal to 13, then the second number, which is x plus 1, will be equal to 13 plus 1, which is equal to 14. And the third number, which is x plus 2, is going to be 13 plus 2, which is equal to what? 15. And the fourth number, which is x plus 3, will be equal to 13 plus 3, which is equal to 16. So therefore, the numbers are 13, 14, 15, and 16. Also, you can verify to know if your answer is true or false by summing these numbers together. So let's sum up 13 plus 14 plus 15 plus 16 to see if their sum will be equal to 58. So let's sum this. 3 plus 4 is 7. 7 plus 5 is 12. And 12 plus 6 is what? 18. So you write down 8 and carry 1. This is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Bringing an answer to what? 58. And if you look at it, are they actually consecutive numbers? Yes, because this is 13, 14, 15, and 16. Let's look at another. Next is difference. We have looked at sum. Now let's look at difference or differences, as it may be called. That the difference between two numbers is the result of subtracting one from the other. It is usual to subtract the smaller number from the larger. This gives a positive difference. But if you should do the reverse by subtracting the smaller number, the bigger number from the smaller number, then you are going to have a negative difference. So difference is by subtracting the bigger number from the smaller number to get a positive difference. Now let's take an example. Example 2. Example 2 says the difference between 8 and the other number is 17. Find two possible values for the number. Wow. The difference between 8 and another number is 17. Find two possible values for the number. Let's say take its solution. First and foremost, when you are dealing with word problem and you're asked to find a number which is not given, you can call it a variable, be it x, y, z, but try to omit letters such as I, O, Z, and few other variables that looks like numbers. We said you should omit O because O may look like 0. 2 may actually look like Z in some person's handwriting, and which other numbers? There are some of them which may not be, which you cannot easily differentiate from a number, so you avoid them. Generally, we prefer using X and Y. So I will say, let the number be X. So we say let the number be X. The difference between 8 and another number is 17. Find two possible values for the number. We say let the number be x. It is possible that we can say x minus 8 is equal to 17, or 8 minus x is equal to 17. Now, we can use this if we assume that x is greater than 8, or this if you assume that x is less than 8. So with these two equations, you will have two possible values for the number x. So I'm going to solve them simultaneously and we'll get the two possible values. So if x is greater than 8, it therefore means that x minus 8 is equals to 17, or if x is less than 8, it therefore means that x, that should be it therefore means that 8 minus x is equal to 17. Actually, you can solve them separately and it still give you the same answer. So if x is greater than 8, let's simplify this. Now I'm going to make x the subject of the formula by taking minus 8 to the other side. And how do you do that? You add, you undo, you do the opposite of what has been done. 8 has been subtracted from x, but in this case I'm going to add 8 to both sides so as to get rid of minus x. So this becomes x minus 8 plus 8 being equal to 17 plus 8. And if you simplify that, this is going to give you x is equal to, because minus 8 plus 8 is 0, so 17 plus 8 is going to be what? 25. Or you say x minus 8 minus x is equal to 17. So I'm going to subtract x from both sides. Okay. I want to make x the subject of the formula, so let me subtract 8 from both sides. So this becomes plus 8 minus x is equal to 17 minus 8. 8 minus 8 is 0, leaving us with minus x being equal to 17 minus 8 is that should be 9. So minus x is equal to 9. But we are looking for positive x. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to divide both sides by minus 1. Divide here by minus 1, divide here by minus 1, and minus 1 minus x divided by minus 1 is x being equal to, this is plus 9. Plus 9 divided by minus 9 will give you minus 9. So therefore means that x is equal to 25 or minus 9. So x can actually take the value of 25 or minus 9 to meet the condition. For we say we should find the difference between 8 and another number is minus is 17. We should find two possible values for the numbers, and we have gotten these numbers. So if we say x plus, that should be x minus x if x minus 8 is equals to 17, or 8 minus x is equals to 17. We said x can be 9 minus 9 or 25. For if x is 25, you have it at 25 minus 8 will actually give you 17. Or if x is minus 9, 8 minus 9 will also give you 17. Because minus times minus will give you plus, and this becomes 8 plus 9, which is still equal to 17 as your answer. So this is not part of the question, or part of the solution, but it's just for you to check and verify if your answer is right or wrong. Okay, so we have seen how to create algebraic equations or algebraic simple equations from word problems, either sum or difference. Now let's take more examples or exercises. Now you turn to exercise 2A of your new general mathematics, and we are going to solve problems on sum and difference of word problems. Before I continue, please don't forget to subscribe to this channel so that you'll be updated on topics as they unfold or as they come online. So question 1 on exercise 2A says we should find the sum of 12 and 9. Now you don't just go straight ahead writing, giving us the answers. Okay, you have to put them down in a format, okay, by interpreting the question as it is. This is said to be an algebraic statement, so you have to put it in an algebraic expression. What do you understand by finding the sum of 12 and 9? Yes, it means you should sum both of them together. Okay, that means 12 plus 9. Okay, and our answer is equal to 12 plus 9 will give you 21 as your answer. As simple as that. Let's take the next example, which says find the sum of 82 and 148. That is 148 plus 82. You can put it in simple 100 tens and units, which is 148 plus 82. 8 plus 2 is 10. You write down 0 and carry 1. 1 plus 4 is 5. 5 plus 8 will give us 13. You write down 3 and carry 1. 1 plus 1 is 2. So therefore, we say 148 plus 82 is equal to 230 as your answer. Next, question 3 says you should find the positive difference between 19 and 8. Remember, we said for you to have a positive difference, it's going to be the smaller number being subtracted from the larger number. That is 19 minus 8 will give you the positive difference. But if you have to look for the negative difference, it's going to be the smaller number minus the bigger number. So therefore 19 minus 8, this becomes 19 minus 8. 9 minus 1 is 9 minus 8 is 1, and 1 minus 0 is 1. So 19 minus 8 is 11. So this is the positive difference between 19 and 8. Don't forget, positive difference is the larger number minus the smaller number. And if you do the opposite, it gives you a negative difference. Okay. Question 4 says you should find the sum of 23, 27, and 33. So that means 23 plus 27 plus 33. So arranging them in 100 tens and units, or in tens and units, we have 23 plus 27 plus 33. Summing them up, this becomes 3 plus 7 gives you 10. 10 plus 3 gives you 13. Write down 3 and carry 1. 2 plus 2 is 4. 4 plus 3 is 7 plus 1 up there is 8. So our answer becomes 83. So therefore this is equals to 83 as the sum. Next question says we should find the positive difference between 6.7 and 9.8. This has to do with fraction, but never mind, just go straight ahead and do justice to that. We say positive difference, meaning the larger number minus the smaller number. All you need to do is first of all identify the larger number and the smaller number, then you find the difference between both of them. That is 9.8 minus 6.7, and this becomes 9.8 minus 6.7. As usual, 8 minus 7 is 1. 9.9 minus 6 is 3. And our answer therefore becomes 3.1. Actually, you can do this at the back of your exercise book or just at the corner, just like I did mine, different from your answer, so that your teacher will be able to see what you have done. But you can also do this to show him or her how you got your answer. Question 6 says we should find the sum of all the odd numbers between 10 and 20. Find the sum of all the odd numbers between 10 and 20. Remember, you need to first of all understand your question. Understand the question before you'll be able to solve. So let's first of all write down all the numbers between 10 and 20. Between 10, meaning excluding 10 and 20, all the numbers includes 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, and 19. These are the numbers between 10 and 20. Now, which are the odd ones? This is an odd number. 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 And this is an odd number. So we have 5 odd numbers between 10 and 20. How did I get all these numbers? How do I know they are odd numbers? Odd numbers are numbers that are not divisible by 2 without remainder. So if you look at it, 2 into 11 divided by 2 will give you 5.5, which shows that it is not a whole number. So it therefore will not meet the definition of an even number. If you do same to 13, dividing it by 2 is going to give you 6.5. Do same with 15, 7.5. Okay, so all these are referred to as what? Odd numbers. So the question says we should sum up all the odd numbers between 10 and 20. That is, it's going to be 11 plus 13 plus 15 plus 17 plus 19, which is equal to, I'm going to sum all the units part of the numbers. This is 1 plus 3, that is 4. 4 plus 5, that is 9. 9 plus 7, that will give you 16. 16 plus 9 will give you 25. I'm going to write down 5 and carry 2. Let me keep it somewhere here. Sum this. 1 plus 1 is 2, plus 1 is 3. This is 4. This is 5. 5 plus this 2 will give me 7. So the sum of all the odd numbers between 10 and 20 is said to be 75. You see, very simple. Okay. Next says we should find the positive difference between 3 3/4 and 2 2/3. This has to do with fractions, of which I know most students are scared when it comes to fractions. But I'm going to show you how to simplify that. So we should find the positive difference between 3 3/4 and 2 2/3, which I already told you that it is the larger number minus the smaller number. So it's going to be this minus this, because 3 3/4 is greater than 2 2/3. So this is going to be 3 3/4 minus 2 2/3. Okay, so there are so many ways you can solve this, but to make it easier, you just have to express each of them as improper fractions, and then you subtract. This is going to give us 3 times 4 is 12. 12 plus 3 is 15 over 4. So 3 3/4 is equivalent to 15 over 4 minus 3 times 2 is 6 plus 2 is 8 over 3. And being that their denominators are not same, we are going to find their LCM to give find the new denominators and as well as the equivalent numerators. So what's the LCM of 4 and 3? That is 12. 12 times 12 divided by 4 is 3. 3 times 15 is 45 minus 12 divided by 3 is 4. 4 times 8 is 32. So therefore 45 minus 32, that will be 45 minus 32. 5 minus 2 is 3. 4 minus 1. 4 minus 3 is 1. So this becomes 13 divided by 12, which when you convert it back now to mixed number is going to be 1 whole number 1 over 12 as your answer. Next example says find the sum of 0.8 and 1.2. Sum 0.8 plus 1.2. Okay, this is equal to 0.8 plus 1.2. 8 plus 2 is 10. You write down 0 and carry 1. 0 plus 1 is 1 plus 1 is 2. So your answer becomes 2.0, or you can just call it 2. Next example says you find the sum of 3/4 and 5 over 7. So that is 3 over 4 plus 5 over 7. So LCM, this is going to be 28, and 28 divided by 4 is 7. 7 times 3 will give you 21 plus 28 divided by 7 is 4. 4 times 5 is 20, leaving us with 21 plus 20 is going to be 41 over 28. And 41 over 28 can be said to be equal to approximately 1 whole number. What is 41 minus 28 will give us the remainder. This is 11 minus 8 is 3. 11 minus 8 is 3. 3 minus 1 is 1. So this becomes 1 whole number, 13 over 28 as your answer. Question 10 says we should find the sum of minus 2 and minus 3.4. That is minus 2 plus bracket open minus 3.4. Now, since they are both negative numbers, I will advise you just to sum both of them together and still retain the negative sign. So this is going to be 3.4 plus 2.0, and this is going to give us 4, 5. So your answer is going to be, because this is same thing as minus 2 minus 3.4, which is equal to minus 5.4, because you are summing two negative numbers. So when you sum two negative numbers together, your answer is going to be a negative of their sums. Wow. Next says you should find the positive difference between minus 7 and minus 12. Positive difference. Remember, I said you are going to identify the larger number and the smaller number, and then subtract the smaller number from the larger number. Now, between minus 7 and minus 12, which do you think is the larger number? Did I hear you say minus 12? No. The larger number is minus 7 and the smaller number is minus 12. Don't be confused. Why is minus 7 larger than minus 12? Remember your number line. If you have this as your 0, this is said to be minus 1, this is minus 2, this is minus 3, this is minus 4. While to the positive you have positive 1, positive 2, positive 3, okay, and so on and so forth. Now if you keep doing this, you discover that you have, let's assume we have this down to minus 7. Okay, let's write the continuation here. This is minus 7, you have minus 8, minus 9, minus 10, minus 11, minus 12, minus 13, minus 14, minus 15. Okay, now before this you have minus 6, minus 5, minus 4, minus 3, minus 2, minus 1. This is 0 and this is 1. You agree with me that 1 is greater than 0, right? Yes. If you agree with me, before 1 you have 2, right? Of which 2 is greater than 1 and 1 is greater than 0. So in this case, as you move down the line, the numbers decreases. So minus 2 is greater than 1 is greater than 0, 0 is greater than minus 1 is greater than minus 2 is greater than minus 3 is greater than minus 4. In that case, down to infinity, minus infinity. So if a number is if a positive number now becomes negative in the negative direction, the bigger number becomes the smaller number. That is why minus 7 is greater than minus 12. So the question says, find the positive difference between minus 7 and minus 12. That is minus 7 minus into bracket minus 12. This is the positive difference. Difference is subtraction. So between minus 7 and minus 12. So this becomes minus 7. I'm going to open this bracket now. Minus times minus becomes plus 12. So minus 7 plus 12 can also be written as plus 12 minus 7, which is equal to 12 minus 7 now becomes 5. So our answer returns positive. So this is the positive difference between minus 7 and minus 12. 13 says you should find the positive difference between 16 and minus 2. Definitely you know 16 is greater than minus 2. So this becomes 16 minus into bracket minus 2. Positive difference. So opening the bracket, you have 16 plus 2. And 16 plus 2 is equal to 18. 13 says you should find the sum of minus 14 and positive 18 sum. This becomes minus 14 plus 18, which you can rearrange this to become 18 minus 14. And 18 minus 14 is equivalent to what? 4. So this is the sum of minus 14 and plus 18. 14 says you should find the positive difference between 3.8 and minus 3.8. Positive difference, meaning larger number minus smaller number. So this becomes 3.8 minus into bracket minus 3.8. This is equal to 3.8. When you use the minus sign to open the bracket, it becomes positive because minus times minus is positive. So 3.8 plus 3.8. And when you sum these two together, let's do that here. 3.8. This becomes 3.8 plus 3.8. 8 plus 8 is 16. Write down 6 and take 1. 3 plus 3 is 6 plus 1, 7. So 3.8 plus 3.8 becomes 7.6. And also for the record, we have it that I told you that minus times minus is always positive, and positive times positive will always return you positive, while negative times positive will always return you negative, and positive times negative will always be what? Negative. Now, use this as a trick. When both signs are same, as in this and this, you always return a positive. Your answer always returns positive. But when they are of different signs, for example, this is negative and this is positive, your answer is always negative. And if this is positive and negative, is always what? Negative. So for your answer to return positive, when you are multiplying or dividing, both signs must be same. Also for division, it implies when you have division, 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 it still apply to this. Question 15 says, the sum of a certain number and 13 is 30. What is the number? Solution: the sum of a certain number and 13 is 30. What is the number? Sum means addition. So when you add that number plus 13, it gives you a total of 30. So let's write it as an algebraic expression or equation. This becomes, we say, let the number be x, that is x plus 13 is equal to 30. So we can now solve this to get our value of x. So what is that number that when you add to 13 it gives you 30? So we are going to subtract 13 from both sides. What am I subtracting? I will always be doing the opposite of what has been done. If 13 is being added to the number, for me to get the number, I'm going to subtract 13 from both sides. If it is minus, I'm going to add 13 to both sides. So this becomes x plus 13 minus 13. I'm going to subtract 13 from the other side. 30 minus 13. Most teachers will tell you, you take 13 to the other side. When 13 crosses the equality sign, it becomes a negative. No, actually, I will also taught same. But in actual sense, what you are doing is you are subtracting 13 from both sides. So get that. So 13 minus 13 is 0, leaving us with x being equal to 30 minus 13. Let's do that for the sake of others. This becomes 13 minus 17 minus 13. This is 0. Borrow 1 from here, this becomes 2. Add it here, becomes 10. 10 minus 3 is 7. And 2 minus 1 is 1. So our x becomes 30 minus 13, which is equal to 17. So 17 is that number that when you add it to 13, it gives you 30. If you like, you can try it. That is 17 plus 13 is equals to 30. As 7 plus 3 is 10. Write down 0 and carry 1. That becomes 1, 2, and 3 as your answer. Okay, this brings us to the last question on exercise 2A, which says the sum of 3 consecutive numbers is 63. We should find the numbers. I've already told you that consecutive means numbers that follows themselves in a sequence. So the 3 consecutive numbers being 63. We should find the numbers. That means let the first number be x, then the second number becomes what? X plus 1, and the third number becomes what? X plus 2. So the sum of these three consecutive numbers can be said to be x plus, into bracket, x plus 1 plus bracket x plus 2 being equal to what? 63. So we are going to get our value for x, so that when we know the value for x, we are going to substitute x into this equation to get other numbers. So this becomes x plus 1 plus x plus 2 being equal to 63. Then when you sum this together, collect like terms, this becomes x plus x plus x plus 1 plus 2 being equal to 63. We have it that 3x plus 3 is equal to 63. So if 3x plus 3 is equal to 63, let's subtract 3 from both sides because this is positive. This becomes 3x plus 3 minus 3 being equal to 63 minus 3. Plus 3 minus 3 becomes 0, leaving us with 3x is equal to 63 minus 3 is 60. What do we do next? 3x, if 3x is equal to 60, what is x? What's that number that when you multiply by 3 gives you 60? I know you already know the answer, but let's do it in the proper way. Now, because these two are being multiplied together, for me to separate them, I'm going to do what? I'm going to divide. So I'm dividing both sides by 3. Why am I dividing both sides by 3? Because I want to make x similar to the formula. So dividing here by 3, dividing here by 3, this will cancel out, giving us with x being equal to 3 into itself is 1, 3 into 6 is 2, into 0 is 0. So our answer becomes what? 20. 20 is the value for x, but we say 3 consecutive numbers where one is x, the other is x plus 1, and the other is x plus 2. So we are going to find the other 3 values, the other 3 numbers in the terms. So this becomes x plus 1, which will become 20 plus 1, and that is 21, and x plus 2 is equal to 20 plus 2, which becomes what? 22. So the 3 consecutive terms are 20, 21, and 22. For when you add these 3 together, it gives you 63. So that brings us to the end of today's class on word problems leading to word problems on sums and difference. We have judiciously met all the objectives by using appropriate symbols for words such as sum, which I told you is a plus, difference is minus, and product is multiplication. Okay, we have done justice to this and this. Subsequently, in our next class, we'll be looking at the product, word problems leading to multiplication, and we will likely see how we can mix the 3 of them when it has to do with sum, difference, and product. Okay, we have also seen how we can solve word problems involving whole numbers and fractions. That we have done, and we have been able to create an equation from a word problem and solve it. So in our next class, we are going to continue with word problem that has to do with product and maybe take the 3 of them together. Thank you very much for being part of this class. Do well to subscribe to our channel so that you can get more views, more lectures as they are being uploaded. Thank you very much and have a nice day.